A sports legend just released by a rival team is available for practically nothing. The Brewers front office is facing a season-altering decision, but it's one that's splitting opinions. Is this a stroke of genius or a catastrophic mistake? To understand every side of this high-risk gamble, subscribe now and don't miss our exclusive breakdown. Hey, Brew Crew! Welcome back to your exclusive news channel for everything Milwaukee Brewers. I'm your analyst, and today I'm bringing you one of those stories that shakes up the market and, more importantly, our passion for the team. It's a bombshell that just dropped in New York, and its shockwaves could reach all the way to Milwaukee. Before we dive headfirst into this analysis, I want to make that special request. If you're a die-hard Brewers fan, if you live and breathe the blue and gold and want to stay ahead of the curve with detailed information and straight-to-the-point analysis, then do yourself a favor. Click that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell. That way, you won't miss a single thing and you'll help our channel continue to grow and bring quality content to the best fan base in the MLB. Trust me, you'll want to be in the loop for what we're about to discuss today. Done? Great. Let's get down to business. The name that's rattling the league's foundations is DJ LeMahieu. Yes, that DJ LeMahieu. The three-time All-Star, the owner of 2 Gold Gloves, 2 Silver Slugger Awards, and, most impressively, 2 Major League Baseball batting crowns, a resume that would make 99% of active players envious. And the bombshell news is that the New York Yankees, in a move that surprised everyone, have designated him for assignment. That's right, a player with that pedigree is at this very moment available on the market. And the most crucial detail for small market teams like ours is that the Yankees will continue to pay his salary through the 2026 season. In practical terms, this means any team can sign him for a negligible amount. Basically the league minimum. When a name of this caliber becomes available at virtually no cost, it's natural for the phone of our general manager Matt Arnold to start ringing, or for him to start making some calls himself. The Brewers, as we know, are in a fantastic position this season. We're competitive, leading our division, and showing a chemistry and grit that are hallmarks of our franchise. However, the search for a veteran bat, an experienced piece to solidify the lineup for the home stretch and the playoffs, is a constant topic behind the scenes at American Family Field. And that's where the temptation named LeMahieu comes in. The idea of adding a former batting champion, a decorated professional without compromising the payroll, sounds like the masterstroke that could make us the absolute favorites for the World Series title. Imagining LeMahieu bringing his professional approach and his contact hitting ability to our lineup is, at first glance, a dream scenario. He could be the veteran who provides protection for William Contreras, who mentors younger players like Bryce Terang and Jackson Chourio, and who steps up in a high-pressure playoff moment to deliver a crucial hit. His experience is undeniable. We're talking about a player who has performed under the brightest lights in New York, who understands what it takes to win in October. Adding that mindset to a roster that is already talented, but relatively young in key positions, seems like a recipe for success. Furthermore, his historical ability to hit to all fields would fit perfectly with the Brewers' offensive philosophy, which isn't just based on home runs, but on putting the ball in play and creating opportunities. He would be a low-cost financial piece with extremely high potential for return. The temptation is real, Brew Crew, and I completely understand why many of you might be excited about this possibility. It's the kind of move that on paper turns a good team into a great team. It's the missing piece of the puzzle. However, and I ask you to pay close attention here, because this is where the analysis deepens and moves away from the dream to face reality. As the old saying goes, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. And in this case, there are plenty of reasons to be suspicious. Inspired by a critical analysis from Owen Jonas of Fansided and adding my own behind-the-scenes observations, I have to pour some cold water on this excitement. My opinion, straight up, is that the Brewers should stay far, far away from DJ LeMahieu, and I'll explain why in detail. The first and most glaring red flag is the reason he was released by the Yankees. It wasn't just a matter of declining performance, although that is a significant factor I'll address shortly. The final straw was his lack of positional versatility. With the arrival of Jazz Chisholm Jr. to take over second base, LeMahieu's natural position, the Yankees tried to move him to third. According to manager Aaron Boone himself, although LeMahieu was open to it, the position proved to be too physically demanding for him at this stage of his career. Now think with me, Brew Crew. What is one of the biggest trademarks of the Milwaukee Brewers in recent years? Versatility. We are the team that moves players around the field like chess pieces. Sal Frelick, a natural outfielder, is learning to play third and second base. Owen Miller plays everywhere. Bryce Terang is an elite defender at second base. Our strength comes from this flexibility, which allows Pat Murphy to exploit the best matchups every single day. Bringing in a 36-year-old player who was effectively cut because he couldn't handle a new defensive assignment goes against everything we've built. He would become a rigid piece, limiting our options instead of expanding them. He would essentially be a second baseman or a designated hitter, positions where we already have options and, more importantly, where flexibility is crucial. The second point is his production. Yes, the resume is spectacular, but baseball is a what have you done for me lately a sport. And lately, LeMahieu has not been the machine we once knew. His stats in 2024 and 2025 have shown a sharp decline. His hard hit rate is down, his ground ball percentage is up, which is poison in the launch angle era, and his OPS, on base plus slugging, has been well below the league average. The question Matt Arnold needs to ask isn't, are we signing a two-time batting champion? But rather, are we signing the player he is today? And the player he is today does not justify taking at-bats away from rising young talents who are the future of this franchise. Would you really take an at-bat away from Joey Ortiz, who has been a revelation, or reduce Bryce Terang's playing time to give a chance to a veteran in clear decline? I don't think so. Finally, and perhaps the most subjective but equally important point, chemistry. This 2025 Brewers team has something special. There's an energy, a unity, an us against the world mentality that has been the driving force of our campaign. Introducing a big name, a former Yankee, coming from a troubled situation, could be an unnecessary risk to the clubhouse dynamic. This isn't a knock on LeMahieu's character, as he's known to be a consummate professional. The issue is the impact of bringing an outsider into a family that is so well meshed, especially when his on-field production is not a guarantee. The equation is simple. The risk of disrupting the chemistry and taking away opportunities from developing players far outweighs the potential benefit of a turnaround in LeMahieu's performance. So, in summary, while the idea of signing a potential Hall of Famer at zero cost is extremely seductive, a cold strategic analysis shows that DJ LeMahieu is not the right fit for the Milwaukee Brewers at this time. The positional fit is poor, the recent production is concerning, and the risk to team chemistry is real. Now, I want to hear from you. This is my analysis based on information and our team's philosophy. But what's your opinion, Brew Crew? Do you think I'm being too cautious? Would you take the risk, believing that a change of scenery could rejuvenate LeMahieu's career and lead us to glory? Or do you agree that the risk is too great and that we should trust the players who have gotten us this far? Leave your comments below. I read all of them, and I really want to know what the Blue and Gold Nation thinks about this potential move. And once again, if you enjoyed this in-depth analysis, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. My commitment is to bring you the hottest news with the most direct and reliable analysis of our Milwaukee Brewers. A big thank you. And as always, go Brewers!